Just fucking do it. Subscribe now.
I don't get that part.
Let's say the price is $10 million. Purchase price.
Asking price.
Asking price. And you grab $10 million and you amortize it over 10 years at 8% interest, and the business still covers that, then you're pretty much on the right way.
You're going, there's too many steps. I keep telling you, it's way too much work. You're not going to go through 100 deals a day doing it this way. You're just not. I mean, you'll be forced to go back to fucking Bangladesh. You'll give up in Queens. There's only purchase price, whatever it is. Doesn't matter if it's high, low, and in between. Purchase price, after tax income, add 40 to 60%, we'll call 50% back, and that's their free cash flow or EBITDA. And how many times does that free cash flow EBITDA go into the purchase price? If it's between 3 and 5 times, the answer is yes. If it's only 7 times or 12 or, how many times?
So if the EBITDA multiplies 3 to 5 times, that is yes.
You keep on, it's not a multiplier. You're confusing yourself to the extent that well, he's kind of numerate, but you guys aren't numerate enough. Numerate means you know numbers and you can do calculations and a microsecond, but that's not this group. He thinks he is, but he pulls out his calculator and doesn't say it.
I got financial calculator.
Okay. So it's $10 million is the asking price.
Okay, all right.
$1 million is the after-tax income.
Okay.
$1.5 million is the EBITDA.
Okay.
How many times is $1.5 million going to 10? What's the number?
7, 6 points off maybe.
6.6.
Next.
So 10 million.
We're not negotiating.
Next.
Go fuck yourself. Okay, now let's say that the EBITDA is 3 million.
Okay.
How many times is 3 million going to 10?
3.3.
Yes.
Okay, so 10 million.
There are literally thousands of these out there. Now, I don't know about millions. If I was part of the Trump economic team, I'd say millions and exaggerate. Okay?
You see how simple
What
this
do we
was?
call that? Multiplier, or what is it?
Well, what do you call
that? The 3.3 and 6.6.
That's not a multiplier. First of all, you're dividing it.
3 million divided by 10
Ignorant
million.
Sri Lankan, you're not multiplying shit. You're dividing it for starters. Is divide and multiply mean the same thing in the Sri Lankan language, the same word?
I'm not from Sri Lanka.
I said Sri Lanka. Bangladesh. But everybody looks the same. Actually, it looks like a Pakistani to me, but anyway. Up here, they're called Paki bastards. Everybody. If your doctor's Pakistani in NHS, he's a Paki bastard.
Yeah.
I mean, what do they call Pakistani in Australia? Even though you're Indian now, but I mean.
Yeah, I don't think there is a word for them.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of Pakistanis.
Well, here it's Paki's bastard. No matter if you got a tan, you're a Paki bastard.
Guys, this is really crystal clear to me, and we go over this. Okay.
Okay, if it's so fucking crystal clear, I just came from the guy that's done all the deals. Asked me the same motherfucking question. 3, 4, 5 times.
Got it.
And then I said, I'm going to ask everybody. And then I decided not to ask everybody. You should watch Raymond's presentation again tonight because he's no movie.
I love that one.
Okay.
I love that.
He was so detailed.
Oh,
my gosh.
And people still fuck it up.
That guy's like a triple C personality.
Okay,
He can fuck it. Well, he's got a math degree, right?
Yes,
Some
he
math.
does.
Yeah.
He can fuck
But
it up.
to me, it felt like
but
that
he's also Canadian. I hate to admit that. He's Canadian. He's got a master's in
he
finance.
acted like a real New York State Attorney General investigator.
Yeah. Well,
Right? He's like,
He working for his
and so, but then EJ reminded me, you don't know this, and I normally tell you tomorrow night, but because you're almost hardcore grads, you get access to our library. And we don't tell people that to sell them because we don't want to tell them that. But you get access, which Raymond's is part of the library. And so I said, no, I think because I'm not going to be there when you're watching the library to answer questions. And apparently my questions have some value. Now, you guys have taken advantage more than any hardcore that I've done so far, because I normally don't run through the morning answering questions, okay, or through the day. And in this particular case, we're still getting through cases. We're not going to get through all the cases, but we're still getting through cases because the questions It's like the guy that's been here for the second time, the bow tie guy in the front corner in front of you.
Yeah.
I mean, he asked the same fucking questions the last time he was that hardcore. Okay? And he's got a lot of, now they just sold their family business. Okay, yeah. But I mean, some of the stuff just doesn't get through.
This is crystal clear.
You got it.
And I'll go through it a million times if I have to. Because I was telling them the other day, we have to be woken up at 3 a.m. with a piece of paper, a napkin, and a pen, and calculate EBITDA.
By the way, that's what the Vietnamese and the Chinese torture. They wake you up at 3 o'clock, sleep deprivation, and you answer questions the first time, and if they don't answer the same questions again with the same exact answers, then they play it back to you and it says, "You're lying to us," even if it's missed one word. And then they use that as an excuse. And no matter how sharp you are, I mean, when you're running out of sleep and they keep waking you up, you say anything, you think you're saying anything just so they let you go back to sleep again.
Mr. Peña, is there any variations or calculations besides 3 to 5? We can go 7 or 12x in any other.
Unless you're going to use seller finance. And then what you heard, what the Canadian kid said, he paid 12 and should have paid 10. Remember? And he said, if you do it seller finance, I can give you 12. He shouldn't have put it that way. I can give you more with seller finance. But he overpaid at least $2 or $3 million. But I mean, seller finance, I won't say you can double what it's worth as long as it's pushed out. But they only pushed it out 4 years. I would push it out 20 years. And some of the sellers, because they've got a number, they've told everybody at the country club, I'm selling for 10. Or they've told their wife or their brother or their mother, I'm selling. Fine, well, I'll give you 4 more million over 10 more years.
You amortize a loan in a longer period, and you're able to go up to maybe 5x.
No, I mean, you can go to 7 or 8 sometimes.
Okay.
I tried it with buying villa in Antigua, but it depends on the seller how much they are interested in,
They have to
doing
be
it.
motivated.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, some of the people, they, let's say they're 60 years old, and you give them the extra money over 20 years, that's fine because they're going to get 20-year checks.
You can give them 100 million if you have to pay it back in 1,000 years, so to say.
In your life experiences, what do you saw usually the most common, like anywhere 7 to 10 years on seller financing?
Well, I've seen 25 in Canada.
Oh, wow.
But what is common?
No, it depends on how old your party is.
That was also what they told me. They are old. They are not interested in getting money in 10 years.
We went to court and lost. We gave we did a deal with an 88-year-old lady about 10 years ago, over 20 years, and their son-in-law or somebody got out of law school, and we had to unravel the whole fucking deal. The judges screamed at us, and had nothing to do with the fucking thing. They brought me the other side brought me as an expert witness. They were smart. When you bring me as an expert witness, and I would have thought I've been conflicted. No, you weren't chairman or anything. You taught these guys, though, right? It's just like you taught them at Harvard or something. Yeah. So they made me, they subpoenaed me, and I had to come in as an expert witness. And I didn't lie. And would you have done the 88-year-old lady with 20-year seller finance, Mr. Peña? I'm thinking.
Depends.
No, I said, could you explain it to me one more time? And I did that 2 or 3 times, and now the jury's laughing. But that's not a good sign just because the judge fucking wasn't laughing.
Yeah.
And I said, it's highly unlikely, 88 years old, that I would allow her to sign a 20-year deal. Case was over against my own kid.
Now, you could have said, well, that would be a form of discriminating against her.
No, it really wasn't.
Well,
yeah.
But what if the agreement was to go to her trust and you don't have a problem?
No, but that's not. It was her.
Oh.
And in the beginning, we forced her. Not I did. You forced her to have a lawyer there, and the lawyer just wanted to get in and out. He didn't give a fuck, and she was super healthy, and the old hag's still alive, as a matter of fact. But they undid the deal.
But then she also probably was explained. She had.
Oh yeah, but I mean, they can have Biden moments. Well, all of a sudden they don't remember.
To sell the seller finance, can there also be tax benefits when they don't?
No, you're spreading the taxes over. You're not reducing the taxes.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but that because you spread it, it's lower taxes
that's
for
the
them.
legitimate reason. You're spreading the taxes from 3 years or 1 year to 20 years because they don't have to pay taxes until they receive the money. Now, if it's an installment sale, that's something else. Installment sale, no, it depends where it is. The tax is due right when it happens. Yeah.
Well, think about if you're going to get her in a higher tax bracket, you can split up in years, and that way she doesn't get hit.
Right.
so
She doesn't get at the balloon.
But
Why don't you just hit her with a club and take her purse? Isn't that easier?
Here's another thing. If she gives you her family trust name, then I don't mind doing a 30-year thing.
That's why I got out of the hard money lending business. I started to believe my own bullshit. He still believes his own bullshit.
By the
You
way,
can tell.
you know what we do now, right? We actually record them.
Of course you
And
do.
we ask
I
him
recorded it from the
questions.
beginning.
I asked him, like I had a 77-year-old, the notary's right there, said, what school did you attend elementary school? And he wrote it down. And, what was your instructor?
And then when their nephew comes and just got out of Harvard Law School, he says, and he'll go and he'll show where she's given or he's given the right answers for the wrong reasons. I understand that. I was filming closings in the 70s. So believe me, this is not a hard money deal. It's easier than a hard money deal.
Okay. We were when you came in, we were discussing debt service.
The
cash
DSCR
ratio.
calculations.
We've learned that it should be 1.5 minimum and preferable up.
The 1.5 is the shittiest. You want it as close to 2 or over as possible.
Yeah, okay, but the minimum for us is 1.5 up. You explained for you can be even lower, but we also have to calculate a 100% financing deal
One of the benchmarks.
Yeah, there you go.
How does it stand up if it was 100% commercial debt? Okay, can it handle 100% commercial debt under normal terms? 3, 5, 7 years, 6 to 8%. Can it handle that? And most of the deals can't handle it.
and it should still be 1.5 or 2.
No. It should be higher on 100% commercial debt.
Okay, so watch this. This is a $10 million, going back to the same.
Yeah, let's do that.
$10 million, okay? And then we had, we're going to do over there 10 years. 10 year?
Yeah.
That's 120 months at 8% interest, 0% future value. The payment is $121,000.
A year.
$327 a year. Okay?
How much?
$121,000.
That's it?
Oh, wait, hold on. A month times
12.
12
Oh,
is
okay, yeah.
1.45 million.
Yearly.
And we have
Over 10 years.
Yeah, over 10 years. So this deal makes sense. If it also beats the benchmark.
Nobody will loan you other than the Australian kid that came back and he was riding on the coattails of my good mentee from Adelaide. But normally they just won't.
So EBITDA was how much? EBITDA was 3 million on that, right? 3 million EBITDA. Isn't it?
On that one, yes. And we'll go over it. But this is the benchmark he was talking about.
So 3 million divided by 1.45 million.
So around
That
2.
comes up, yeah.
And is that what we're seeing?
Yeah,
10
that's
year-
what yeah.
Is 10 years the conservative number for commercial real estate?
Yeah, it is. That's a just general practice.
Yeah, but I mean, the kids are getting mortgages for 20, 25 years now.
Yeah.
On commercial.
Yeah.
And remember, find out what your industry is and all that other stuff. Okay.
So in that case, it's 2+.
Okay.
Beauty. Good job.
Can I pick his brain a little?
Sure,
Okay?
absolutely.
All right, well, you guys think of it. Okay, so what I want to do, just so you know, I'm going to government contracting, but I need a service, right? And so a service is because in order to go to government contracting, well, let's say I'm going to do security services, right? Well, I want the government contracts for security, right? So, but I have to have
Like the green zone during the Gulf War.
Exactly.
The kid did. Okay.
So anyway, so long story short, that's what I'm planning on doing. Okay, so I got the service disabled veteran already in my pocket. Okay, we went to elementary school, and remember, he's just like a veteran. He's got 30 years of security guard services, other than his 10 years in the Marines. Okay, so he's my age, 52. So in terms of industry experts, here's another thing I want to do. Everything under the umbrella is cybersecurity. You got cybersecurity, so I need a cybersecurity industry expert, right? The CEO is probably, like you said, ex-CIA, FBI, Ranger, ex-chief of police, right? The CEO, the chairman is still a
If
four-star
he's a
general.
ranger, he's a senior officer ranger, not just some sergeant ranger.
So that's the CEO. Chairman is still a four-star general with government contract experience, okay? And then in terms of the businesses that we can do, obviously there's a lot of Jewish schools. They want security with guns. Christian centers, they need guns. There's areas like Beverly Hills. You need vehicles for that, but it's a different story. Country clubs, you already know that. Government contracts, and you can go nationwide with this. Maybe even international, like you said, green zone.
Now, you're preaching to the choir here. I know all this.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're asking me to double check.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so in terms of cybersecurity, who would be my COO in this situation?
You.
In the beginning, you until you learn something about the business.
Okay, COO. Okay. For cyber.
Regular high schools. Reseda High School that I just funded a bunch of money for scholarships has armed security guards because they had a shooting in 98, 2007. I mean, the little fuckheads come and shoot each other. This is a charter school, meaning for smart kids. So I can't, and the high school my dad went to, Lincoln High School, they have knife fights, not every week, but every month, and they have armed security. But the challenge is, and I told these guys 15, 18 years ago when we started giving them scholarships, at Lincoln where my dad went, we give athletic scholarships, okay? But now cheerleading is a sport because the fucking guys that play football aren't smart enough to get 3.5 grades. And I won't lower it below 3.5, okay? And so, but they have, I mean, just regular high schools. Boy Scouts have, the Jamboree, Boy Scout Jamboree has guns, fucking guns. Berkshire Hathaway, I told you when I went to the meeting 2 years ago, every 30, 40 yards, there was a guy with an automatic weapon. In the big thing that had 30,000 people, there must have been 50, 60 people with automatic fucking weapons. At a Berkshire Hathaway fucking annual meeting.
Oh my God.
Our hotel, because it was the, not the base, but kind of the base where everybody went, had armed guards. People, you know, and people are getting taken advantage of.
In terms of cybersecurity, is there another, for just cybersecurity should be a different position, right?
And you're going to have, contrary to what you believe, you're going to have a big computer presence with a platform, and you're going to have everybody connected to one office. Is well bigger than this room, but with a bunch of guys and computers with cameras, and then car 13 over to fucking Beverly Hills High School, shooting in progress.
Yeah.
I mean, so you got to have some computer smart.
Like a control tower, Dan.
Yeah, exactly.
But a cybersecurity professional in this, I mean, obviously you bring him as an industry expert, but someone's going to have to handle this,
Correct.
right? So,
And you're from a macro sense, the general is going to know about this shit. Okay, and then from a CEO, the colonel that was a ranger are going to know about this shit. But you're going to need somebody with real on-the-ground security experience for schools and synagogues and blah, 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 blah. Hospitals even.
Yeah.
You don't need much, any gun security for whorehouses, though.
you need a baton, right? Or just
No, you got a stiff dick, you can use it as your baton.
no, a baton.
Let's
a
take some
baton.
pictures. Sabina, can you take some pictures with you?
Huh?
Can you take some pictures?
Yeah.
Hi. EJ,